Hi, this is Carmel with the Wealth Creation Channel, the channel where we talk about all things money with the goal of building real wealth. So, let me tell you guys what happened today. Earlier today, I was caught myself just thinking. I was thinking about my son and his future. And before you know it, I noticed that I kept calling his children heirs. Now, mind you, my son is, a child himself. He has no children, no children on the way, no nothing, anything like that. But for whatever the reason, I kept saying, "Oh, when his heirs do this, or by this time, if he has ears, and if by this time he doesn't have ears, etc." And I was just naturally using the word heirs. I wasn't using the word child. I wasn't using the word kid. All right. I was using the word heirs. And then at first I started to almost laugh, but then next thing I was struck by it. I said, my mind literally just went to the word heir. Like it didn't go to child, not to son, not to daughter. It went to the word heir. And when we think of an heir, why that's powerful? Because that's someone that has an inheritance. We're talking about someone that has wealth. We're talking about someone that has property, land, a portfolio. We're talking about someone who has a legacy, and that wealth allowed them to do something big, something magical, something wonderful, to bless their families, to bless their communities. And so with that in mind, I was just later, when I started thinking about it, I just became so awestruck in that. And why is that a big thing? In America right now, we're in a situation where so many people are straddled with debt, where so many people are just financially uncertain. And then especially when you look at the African American community, you've got a huge cycle of poverty. You've got a huge cycle, once again, of debt and that financial instability and uncertainty. And so, knowing that, this is what we do. Our goal is to build wealth, is to break these cycles, that are within the families, to be the first or the second generations within our family to go ahead and start accumulating real wealth, generational wealth that we can pass on to our children, and they can pass on to their children and their children's children, and so on and so forth, to actually have real land, real portfolios, real property, real money to pass on, to really make our communities better, to really make our families better, is just mind blowing. And so one of the things I just want to encourage you all, the first thing in becoming wealthy is to change and to fix this mindset. That's the first thing. We want to have it where, the language of wealth becomes natural for us, where we expect that. And we understand that it's easily attainable, and that we expect that to happen in our lives and in our families' lives. And then the second thing, we have to speak it into existence. We have to claim it. If we feel it, if we see it, we have to claim it, and then we have to work for it. So that's all I wanted to say. I was just struck in, I didn't call him son. I called him, an heir. And, I didn't call his children, his kids. I didn't call them children. I called them heirs. We're heirs. They're not our children. They're our heirs. Okay. That's it. I'll talk to you soon.